day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Economy Informants. Every week on Wednesday, an article will be discussed to inform you of the latest domestic and international economic updates, and today's video is no different. This week, I decided to cover many articles because there have been a number of updates in the past week. Last week, I discussed the impact of the coronavirus on local businesses in Seattle, Washington, and how the potential problems are more than just the loss of revenue. In this video, I will focus on the threats that the coronavirus has on the global economy and how Congress has decided to address some of its citizens' concerns regarding lack of testing locations, student loans, paid leave, and unemployment insurance. In the last video, I briefly mentioned how the stock market had investors worried because of the low stock prices and how countries such as China are deeply affected due to the lack of production of useful items that other parts of the world need. However, I didn't discuss the reasoning behind the downfalls.
What is going on is the demand and supply for goods and services is decreasing, causing quantity to decrease,
which is shown on the screen. If the quantity demanded for consumer products is low, there is no reason to have numerous workers. Therefore, the number of workers decreases. A decrease in workers also leads to a decrease in output, or properly known in economics as Y. Companies don't have enough workers to create the output they usually create if they had more employees. Consequently, former employees but now unemployed do not have money to spend, instead they're saving. So essentially, I have explained that the United States is currently facing a supply and demand problem. In the case of the United States and China being the supplier, it will settle for fewer planes and fewer workers will be paid. This, of course, applies to those factories that are still open. The rest have decided to suspend their businesses. China's decisions cover the supply side in the case of China and the United States. In terms of what Congress can do to prevent the economic output from decreasing further is to increase government spending. By increasing government spending, they will adopt an expansionary policy to foster growth in the economy. Independent from Congress is the central bank. They can decrease interest rates to encourage investments by businesses and consumers. Confirmed by CNBC on March 4th, they have done so. Another thing Congress can do is to get involved quickly and be proactive, especially regarding the lack of testing locations, student loans, paid leave, and unemployment insurance. The first case of the coronavirus in the United States was recorded on January 20th, 2020, and how ironic that the first case happened in Washington State. In my last video, I mentioned how the executive presiding officer, Donald Trump, considered the coronavirus mild and suggested that people could go to work with the coronavirus. However, as of March 13th, he somewhat acknowledges the severity of the virus and called it a national emergency. It is March and the first case was confirmed in January and you are just calling it an emergency now? You can't be serious. Anyway, on March 13th, Donald Trump declared that $50 billion should be used to do what they should have done a long time ago, which includes donating resources to have drive-through testing locations, purchasing crude oil for the future, waive interest rates on loans, and provide paid leave to Americans who can't go to work during the pandemic. He can talk all he wants, but if Congress, the branch that makes the laws, doesn't approve, then his words are useless. The following day, or should I say fortunately for him, the House, one of the voicing actors in Congress, passed a relief package. The package includes paid sick leave for only those who work at companies that have less than 500 employees or the government. Those who work at larger corporations are not included, and the Labor Department has the option to exclude employees that work at a company with less than 50 employees if they want. Companies are not paying for time off. The government will have new tax credits. The package also includes free testing for coronavirus for both the insured and uninsured. Funds will be dispersed to ensure meals are provided to kids who rely on free, reduced lunches, food banks, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Payment of unemployment insurance is also covered in this bill. Regarding student loans, borrowers still have to pay their monthly payments, but the payments will go towards reducing the principal amount. All the updates from Friday and Saturday to address lack of testing locations, student loans, paid leave, and unemployment insurance are definitely steps towards progress to this ongoing virus. However, it is ridiculous how long it took for the United States to respond and the amount they want to spend. Is it really enough? Congress needs to do more. They have a duty to their citizens. Since declaring a national emergency, the stock market has risen. But what do you think about the methods being used to address this pandemic? Is it enough to restore the faith the citizens of America have in their government? Let me know down below in the comment section. And since you're already scrolling down, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because on Friday, a self-taught guitarist teaches me how to play the guitar. And I have never played the guitar in my life. So, that should be interesting. Karipanawa.